Russia editor Steve Rosenberg in Moscow.
In Siberia, a recruitment officer was shot and seriously wounded. The gunman reportedly incensed that his friend had been called up to fight. Across Russia, there's been a spate of attacks on enlistment officers. More than a dozen have been set on fire since Vladimir Putin announced the call-up.
A man from Kentucky killed 3 fellow students and wounded 5 others when he was 14. Will have to spend the rest of his life in prison without another opportunity for parole. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
3 more climbers, 7 loggers.
Penn Sustainably Sourced Logging Company is growing a new branch.
What about truck driver contracts?
Which means a new HR manager will be the first hire to fall.
Then we'll need to staff up the warehouse.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I mean, Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Ray Marriott's here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You could even go for an upgrade. That looks like this golf man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Gray is the new power mode for women at work.
I'm going to wash that green right out of my head.
Forget about the dye. The Wall Street Journal says that as more women ramp up their days in office and hit the fall conference circuit, they're sporting the silver look. And they say they don't care about revealing themselves as the older one among colleagues. The feeling of liberation, freed from time spent in a salon chair and all of that money to pay for it, is worth the trade-off. When a Canadian broadcaster was let go after she went gray, Wendy's Canada made its mascots gray in support. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Chicago police say a man got into a police training facility by climbing a fire escape and then entering through a door that was propped open. Officers were undergoing a SWAT training exercise at the time. Police say the man grabbed at least 2 guns before he was shot and wounded by police. His injuries are not life-threatening. Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
It's 12:05 at the Bay Area's news station KCBS. Heavy fog and drizzle from the coast to the inland valleys, mostly clear and sunny by this afternoon. Good morning, I'm Liz St. John. Here's what's happening. A criminal investigation's been opened into PG&E's role in the mosquito fire, which is still burning in Placer and El Dorado counties. KCBS's Chris Ancarlo reports a federal agency has confiscated equipment near the point of ignition of that fire.
The U.S. Forest Service has confirmed the investigation with us, and a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission shows the Forest Service has taken possession of a transmission pole and attached equipment. It was taken near the Oxbow Reservoir, which is where the fire started on September 6th. There was a power pole seen with yellow tape around it that day, and PG&E filed a report acknowledging that there was a fault in its system near that spot around the time the fire started. PG&E sent us a statement saying it is cooperating with the federal investigation while also conducting an investigation of its own. There is also a separate lawsuit which has been filed on behalf of people who lost businesses in the fire. The mosquito fire has burned nearly 78,000 acres, and it is 85% contained. San Carlo, KCBS.
A 4-alarm fire off Interstate 580 in Oakland was started by a vehicle fire. Fire officials say the blaze near Edwards Avenue was sparked by a truck that caught fire along the freeway. This all happened yesterday evening. The flames raced up a hillside and caught some trees on fire. Crews were able to stop the blaze before it reached any homes. A fire department spokesperson says the blaze charred 3 to 5 acres. That blaze forced the closure of several lanes of the freeway for a time, but everything is running normally through that area at this point. Dozens of Alameda County Sheriff's deputies are reportedly being relieved of duties after posting unsatisfactory scores on their psychological examinations. Here's KCBS's Jim Taylor.
47 deputies are right now not working, being paid, but not working in Alameda County because their psychological testing results are, quote, not suited for the job.
Attorney Ernest Galvan has clients in the Santa Rita jail.
The county needs to pay very close attention to supervising them, and if they have a tool like psychological tests that they think is of some value, then they should pay attention.
The issue coming to the fore in the wake of a double homicide in Dublin. The accused, Sheriff's Deputy Devin Williams. Let's go back to September 7th. The Sheriff's Department stunned.
We do very thorough background investigations, and I think our people are saying, did we miss something? Did we not do something right?
Sheriff spokesman Lieutenant Ray Kelly explaining that Williams had passed all psych exams with flying colors.
Everything that I've seen, everything that's been reported to us would indicate that he was a very good candidate for law enforcement.
10% of the Alameda County Sheriff's deputies are right now sidelined for flunking the psych exam. Jim Taylor, KCBS.
Just ahead on KCBS.
This is Matt Bigler in Oakland, where the homeless wonder where they'll go. The encampment of last resort is no longer an option.
They're keeping everybody off and not providing anything for them.
KCBS News Time 12:08. Traffic and weather together. We are off to the Santa Cruz Mountains with Carolyn Burns. And hopefully this is a crash that's in the clearing stages. It's on northbound 17 before Alma Bridge Road. CHP is on scene. It's two cars involved, and it's on the right-hand shoulder. We did have a slight delay leading to the scene, but that has dissipated, and right now it looks like traffic is smooth through the area. In Morgan Hill, 101 southbound at Cochrane Road, we have first reports of a possible hit-and-run crash. No other details have been released, but CHP is arriving there shortly. If anybody happens to be driving by, can give us a call. Our number is 415-391-KCBF. Also on the Pacheco Pass, westbound Highway 152, on a stretch called Big Cut, we had a solo vehicle crash. It was blocking the right lane. That has been cleared, and right now it looks like traffic is smooth both directions through that stretch. And in Fairfield, westbound 80 before the Highway 12 off-ramp to Rio Vista, there was some type of debris in the road. It has been pushed off to the right-hand shoulder, and traffic is back up to speed in that area. Your next traffic update is at 12:18 on the traffic. Right now we have the heavy marine layer blanketing the Bay Area. That means a lot of fog, a little bit of drizzle or mist, and we're going to have overnight lows 50s, 60s. So then later this morning into early afternoon, most of the overcast will burn off, leaving us with a mostly sunny day, a little bit cloudy just along the coastline. But otherwise, it should just be another beautiful autumn day. 60s at the coast, 70s into the mid-80s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 12:10. Fast food workers at San Francisco International are on the picket lines, prompting the closure of airport restaurants. KCBS's Margie Schaefer reports workers are demanding higher wages and the preservation of their health care plans. These striking fast food workers make on average $17.05 an hour, and they aren't making or serving food today, leaving airport restaurants in the dark.
We've been in negotiations for 9 months, but the story really starts earlier because workers haven't seen a raise in almost 3 years.
That spokesperson for Unite Here Local 2, Ted Wachter. Workers are also demanding the preservation of their health care plans.
They understand that a short-term sacrifice is way better than winding up having to pay hundreds of dollars a month in health care that you just can't afford.
Chef Jesus Avila hopes the restaurant owners will increase the wages.
We cannot survive with the money they are paying to us per hour.
Avila works 88 hours a week with a number of jobs.
Imagine standing for 16 hours, 17 hours. It's not easy. Of course, we have our raise, but still.
The workers across 84 outlets are employed by 30 employers and are covered by the same union contract. Calls to the employers collective have yet to be returned. At SFO, Margie Schaefer, KCBS. Meanwhile, lab scientists and other healthcare workers at Sutter Health Santa Rosa Hospital went on strike yesterday. They allege the healthcare nonprofit needs to improve working conditions. Workers represented by the International Federation of Professional and Technical Engineers, Local 21, say Sutter has objected to the request. Their contract expired in July 2021. More than 75% of their workers have had their wages frozen as negotiations continue. The union includes lab scientists, social workers, physical therapists, occupational therapists, dietitians, and pharmacists. In a statement, Center Health says union officials have failed to negotiate in good faith. And as we've been reporting, Phase 2 of Caltrans cleanup of the large Wood Street encampment under 880 in Oakland began yesterday. KCBS's Matt Bigler spoke with some of the unhoused people living at and some of the homeless advocates who are helping them to move out.
As Caltrans crews cleaned up countless piles of garbage, Miranda looked on, wondering how people have been allowed to live like this for so long.
This is stuff that should have ended somewhere around the time of the Great Depression. Like, I feel like we're in the grapes of wrath.
She admits she originally came to Wood Street back in March looking for her next high. Where will you go?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I can tell you I don't want to be around here.
Forklifts removed dozens of broken down vehicles that have served as homes.
So we are volunteers who are out here today to support unhoused people who are being forcibly evicted.
Talia Husbands Hankin with Love and Justice in the Street says they are providing the essentials, food, and gasoline.
There are many people here who are vehicle dwellers, and the city of Oakland's RV sites are completely full, so people have literally nowhere to go.
Along Wood Street in Oakland, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
KCBS News Time 12:13, sports in 90 seconds.
Hey guys, Mike Valenti for Cash the Ticket Podcast. If you like sports betting or if you just like sports, it's the podcast for you. We try to cover all the big games, maybe some of the games you didn't even know were important, give you some angles, pick some winners, have a good time, and hopefully help you meander through college and pro football season. So join us a couple times a week to get all your information you need to bet the games that you watch. It's Cash the Ticket on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
Good morning, class. Quick head count. Tiffany, here. Zach. Steven. Is he absent again?
For many kids, just getting to school feels like a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. That's where Communities in Schools comes in. A powerful community of caring adults, working with vulnerable kids in schools every day, helping them overcome the barriers that stand in the way of learning. Hunger, homelessness, health problems, and even emotional trauma. Communities in Schools. We're inside schools partnering with teachers and counselors, empowering at-risk kids by providing supportive relationships, doing whatever it takes to help them thrive in school and have brighter futures. Communities in Schools. We're in schools to help kids stay in school. See how we help all kids succeed at communitiesinschools.org.
Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Jeffrey Schaub in San Rafael. Several low-income residents of a housing complex here say they're going to have to move out because the building's going to be redone, but they've been given very little money and very little time to move on.
KCBS News Time 12:15. Here's Stephen Langford with sports.
In Sunday night's loss for the 49ers, quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo managed to put his name into the record books with this play after halftime. Mike Tirico on the call for NBC. Garoppolo went back to pass and stepped out of bounds in the end zone, which results in a safety, meaning the Broncos get the ball back and also get 2 points on the board. That is just the second time in NFL history that this type of play has occurred. The only other quarterback to do this was Dan Orlovsky, who currently is an analyst on ESPN, and he expressed his excitement to no longer be the only player to accomplish this feat.
I honestly don't know the last time I was that instantly happy. I was sitting outside watching it because my wife was inside with our kids watching. I was ran in, I was like, babe, you gotta get out here.
That was on ESPN earlier. Obviously, the 49ers weren't as happy about the play, as Jimmy Garoppolo tried to explain to reporters after the game.
I mean, tough situation. Just trying to buy some time for the play. It was a tough situation.
But head coach Kyle Shanahan was the one who took the accountability.
That was a tough situation I put him in. That unblocked guy coming. Wish we'd had time for the big play and could have ditched it. But it was a tough situation I put him in.
The 49ers' next matchup is the LA Rams, which takes place on Monday night. From the sports desk, I'm Stephen Langford, KCBS.
What do you have for us today, Charlotte?
Charlotte is the little sister of the Tooth Fairy. Charlotte is the Junk Fairy.
If you have stuff in your shed that you haven't used in the past 12 months,
Yes?
you're not storing stuff, you've got junk.
Turn your overstuffed storage shed into a shed that you can use again.
Give yourself some space and